Welcome back to our 6-1 defense, and this is part 3, disguising the blitz with the coverage behind it. And so if you guys missed out on part 1, our run defensive principles out of this formation, and then part 2 is how to blitz out of every cover shell. Go get caught up and check those out. You'll need that to master this scheme. So here we're going to look at the same thing. We're going to look at our different coverage shells and just show you how to add coverage behind it after we have blitzed our opponent and shown them pressure at multiple plays. So here we'll come out and Sam will blitz, and we're going to go against random pass here. So the setup's going to be the same to make everything look identical. We're going to base a line, and we're going to pinch our line. And in this time, instead of blitzing all linebackers, showing blitz, what you can do here, right, is if you don't know how to make adjustments for individual players, you can press R right on the D-pad twice. It'll bring up your linebackers icons. We're going to select A here, and we're just going to we'll put him on a seam flat. So he can kind of protect anything kind of going up the seams, and then he'll fall down to the flats. And then, like I said, you can kind of play around with this other stuff. Once you get the adjustments down, the baseline, pinch the line, crash, show blitz, it's really about you identifying what your opponent's doing and what you want to take away. So here, I'm keeping my entire coverage. And what I'll do here is I will put my X linebacker here. I'm going to put him on a bluff blitz where he covers the middle. So now I still have a 4-man rush. My responsibility is the tight end here. And we're just going to see how this plays out. My tight end's on a check and release. And we get a pass break up there on the left. But again, depending on how they're coming out, we might come out in something like this. Okay, I'm going to put my defensive back here in a hard flat. I'll put my safety here in a deep half. And then I will put um, this outside linebacker now in a vert hook, right? And because they have so many receivers on the right, I am going to put this um, safety here on the left here, and I'm just going to put him. You know what? I'm going to cross man him on the slot receiver here. And I'm just going to blitz myself for the sake of this, but I'm going to cover the running back here or watch the middle. But if you notice, now I've created this kind of this cover 2 shell on the right with man on the left. And so, and actually, I still have a blitz coming in off the left. And that's one of the things, too, is we can mix up where the blitz is coming from if we want to do it off of the side here. And I lost sight of the running back there on a check down route. But I disguise the blitz. Notice we've been bringing pressure off both sides in the previous video, right? And here I bring it off one side, but the entire right side here is in this zone shell, and everything is just completely locked up. I lost sight just watching the quarterback run in the pocket, so I stopped paying attention to the running back. And they threw underneath and made a nice play. But that's what a lot of these users are going to end up doing is once they get uncertain whether you're bringing pressure, they're going to end up blocking 6, 7 people, and then it's going to leave you open to having multiple people in coverage guarding only 2 or 3 routes. So it's going to make it really difficult. Okay, so I kind of show you do a cover 2 look on the last play, right? If I want to do a cover 3 look, I'll put B in an outside third. I'll put this middle safety in an inside third. I'll put this inside backer here on I'll put him on a hard flat. And then I'll put the safety here on the left in a hook curl. So I'm going to kind of watch this area right here. Despite me being manned up, I feel like underneath is going to be taken away and the deep sideline. So keeping our look the same, right? I pinch my line. And let's see how this unfolds, right? Is here. I'm going to take down the seam. And here was a man coverage with a cover 3 principle on the entire right side here. And if you notice, we got pressure off the left side, and the DT somehow came through, which was nice. But nothing here is absolutely open. They got 4 people out on routes, the running back on a check down release, but he was going to get that pass off by the time he started getting pressured. And that's how you can mix this stuff up out of cover 0. I'll give you one more look here, right? If you want to change this into a complete cover 2, I'm going to put both these guys, safeties, in deep halves, and then the corners in hard flats. And, I'm going to sit here just kind of patrol and watch the middle. If the running back wants to run to the flats, it's going to be covered. I'm only worried about anything coming to the right here, or through the middle. And I'll even look at the tight end here, stay with him. And because of the pressure, I'm pretty sure the quarterback got hit, is, yeah, so pressure off the right side, the left side's kind of collapsing too, but the right guy is free. But because I stayed with the tight end here, nothing else is open. And you see, I'm able to just lurk. And I think it was going to this guy behind me here as he's putting his hands up, number 5. But I user take that away. And now they're assuming that, oh, it's a man blitz. All of a sudden, you fall back. It's no longer man. We're in this zone cover 2 look that we gave. And that's how you're going to get the users to make mistakes here on offense, because you're mixing up the blitz with the pressure looks. Let me just show you something here out of cover 2 real quick. We'll come here, and something here we could do is, because there's trips to the right, what I may do is I'm going to change this outside linebacker into a vert hook so he kind of goes further up. And then I'm going to put my outside defensive end here in a bluff blitz, so he'll play a 3-rec, so he'll kind of match anything in the middle. And I'm going to put this middle linebacker here in a deep third. So now I've kind of created this cover shell look, and I am just going to, I'm going to user my guy here, and I'm going to pay attention to anything deep middle. I'm going to trust the zones to cover everything else. He's the guy in the mid, and they threw it underneath, and they got like 6 or 7 yards. But whole purpose is not to sit here and literally lock everything up at the moment. Just showing you how we can blitz and show different things up out of this coverage, right? So I'm going to keep this the way it is. This time, maybe I put this guy in a seam flat. And then I am going to, you know, maybe I use this guy here in the middle. And I am going to control this defensive end over here. Now, the look still looks the same. We don't know what they're coming out in. And the middle is left open. But again, like I said, this is just kind of showing you mix up how you can do the different variations. Cover 2, last one I'll show to cover 2, right, is maybe I want to put him in kind of like this cover 6 look where the guy's an outside third, inside quarter. I'm going to cross man the middle linebacker now on number 5, because that's how we got beat on the previous play, right? And now I'm going to watch here kind of in the middle and peel off here kind of to the middle. But also, if I want to do something else, is maybe I put I'm in a hook curl here. I put my DT in a hook curl to the left. So now this little quick slant area will be taken away by the DT. And I'm going to come here, and we still have a 3-man rush here. So let's see how this play unfolds. Defensive tackle is the reason why they don't play zone, is he completely disregarded his area. But you see, that's how the different way to mix up stuff out of cover 2. And to be fair, cover 2 is probably my least favorite one to make the adjustments out of. But again, you can make anything work. It's all about paying attention to your offensive opposition and their tendencies. So when coming out in cover 3, I will flip the play twice if I need to, just to always make sure that the strong side safety playing the middle third is always lined up on the side of the heavier receiver side. And so what I may do on this situation is I'm going to do something like this again, where I'm keeping my zone, but I'm cross-manning. I'm going to pay attention here to the middle. And here's kind of the look that I'm giving here, right? And again, you just kind of play around with it. You kind of see, drop it in. I got 8 people in coverage now. And now, again, everything's just kind of boxed. And the quarterback is left with no choice but to scramble. Now, that's the one thing, right? In doing all these coverage adjustments and dropping extra people into coverage, the less people you have rushing the passer, you're leaving more time for them, for receivers to get open, and for the quarterback to scramble. And if you want to contain that, it can also hurt your pass rush a little bit, is you can put your linemen on contains here. As you see now, they're taking this like wide little boxy angle to keep the quarterback in the pocket. But again, here is we'll come out. I'm going to come out in something like this. Cross manning, cover 3, shaded underneath. I'll even show blitz. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to just watch this running back. He's going to be my responsibility. Anything to the left on the flats here. And again, that's kind of what I'm talking about there, right? A 3-man rush. I was able to keep him contained in the pocket, but there is just absolute astronomical amount of time for the quarterback to sit in the pocket. But because of the cross manning, things of that nature, nothing is here open. That hitch there is kind of open, but that defender can play it. And so then they're forced to scramble and get 5 yards. So that is how you can mix stuff up out of cover 3. Let's take a look here at cover 4, and this is how we're going to finish out the video, right? Is, again, we'll pinch our line, we may shade underneath, and now we're protecting deep here. I'm going to crossman this guy. I'm going to go here and maybe drop one of these linemen back here into coverage. And I'm going to cover the safety here in the middle, watching the tight end streaks or anything like that. And it looks like that's kind of what's happening here. And there is another check down. So it looks like the check and releases are kind of hurting us right now. So let's try to adjust for that, right? And try and stop that and just show you how we can do that. I'll put him on a bluff. So it'll be the DT here. I will contain, see if we can keep this quarterback in the pocket. And then I am going to crossman the safety here onto him. And I'm going to patrol and watch anything here in the middle. Late reaction time there. They gave up 5 yards. Of course, the hitch route. But let's take a look here. And you know what? I'm just going to man up the running back here because he seems to be giving us problems. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to watch the tight end here. If he crosses over to the left, then I'm going to leave him. Nope, he's going to go to the flats. There's nothing there. And there is where our DN dropped. How he dropped back here. And really nothing was kind of open. The flats kind of came open there on the right. But all this stuff here. And now they're just throwing into coverage. Terrible offensive play, too. They ran slants. Everybody kind of converging to the middle of the field. But I'll show this one more time. We'll try to end on another good note here. And take away this. I'm going to take away the running back on the man route. And we'll do the same look here. We'll take this vert hook to the left. And now I'm going to watch anything to the right as far as his tight end. Looks like he's going to run some kind of a streak. There's a crosser here. And they end up throwing the ball away. So this is how you can mix up coverage out of the cover 4 and really confuse opponents when you're not bringing pressure. So add this to your game here on the 6-1 defense. Add the blitzing that we did in our previous videos and our run defensive principles. So make sure you guys get caught up in all 3 videos. It's really important to master this defense. And if you do, you're going to be winning more games and shutting people down. Until the next video, guys, see you next time.